Welcome to Module 5. In this module, we will continue with more information of some of the basic laws pertaining to on-sale premises, serving a minor, what work functions of minors can do, as well as the penalties for infractions of the applicable ABC laws. Per California Code 51.6, all persons will pay the same amount as anyone else would for a drink, such as Ladies' Night, where women would be given discounted drinks as men would be charged a higher price. In essence, everyone has to pay the same price for a drink. Specials and happy hour regulations. According to the state statutes, it is illegal to offer free drinks, 2-for-1 drink specials, or all-you-can-drink specials. The establishment can offer food and drink combination specials as long as the alcoholic drink is not free and the price of the meal alone is less than the price of the meal and the alcoholic drink together. Employees and licensees cannot be intoxicated while working. If the employee or licensee is caught being intoxicated while working, the establishment will be facing a 30-day suspension. Any on- or off-sale licensee or agent or employee of that licensee who sells, gives, or delivers to any persons any alcoholic beverage or any person who knowingly purchases any alcoholic beverage between the hours of 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. of the same day is guilty of a misdemeanor. Sale and or consumption after hours. By the public, 15-day suspension. By employees and their friends only, a 10-day suspension. By employees only, a 5-day suspension. Disorderly house, prostitution, lewd conduct, 25601 BMP. You may not permit these acts in or about your business. Lewd conduct in public. Keeping a disorderly house. Every licensee or agent or employee of a licensee who keeps, permits to be used, or suffers to be used in conjunction with a licensed premises, any disorderly house or place in which people abide or to which people resort to the disturbance of the neighborhood, or in which people abide or to which people resort for purposes which are injurious to public morals, health, convenience, or safety, is guilty of a misdemeanor. Occasional or isolated offenses will get you a 30-day suspension. Recurring aggravated offenses, license revocation. BMP Code 25602, obviously intoxicated person. Every person who sells, furnishes, gives, or causes to be sold, served, or given away any alcoholic beverage to any habitual or common drunkard or to any obviously intoxicated person is guilty of a misdemeanor. No person who sells, furnishes, gives, or causes to be sold, furnished, or given away any alcoholic beverage pursuant to subdivision of this section shall be civilly liable to any injured person or the estate of such person for injuries inflicted on that person as a result of intoxication by the consumer of such alcoholic beverages. Sales to obviously intoxicated persons would be a 15-day suspension. Second violation within 3 years, a 25-day suspension. Third violation within 3 years, a 45-day suspension to revocation. Illegal solicitation of alcoholic beverages. Examples of illegal acts under this code section include: a nightclub hires female models solely to urge male guests to buy alcoholic drinks. A bar hires a salesman and pays him a commission on the number of drinks he can influence bar patrons to buy. A club owner hires a man and a woman to interact with guests and influence them to buy shots of hard liquor. If a retail licensee has knowingly permitted the illegal sale or negotiations for such sales of narcotics or dangerous drugs upon his licensed premises, successive sales or negotiations for such sales over any continuous period of time shall be deemed evidence of such permission. Violation of Section 24200.5, revocation. Violation of Section 25657, revocation. Second one would be a 30-day suspension. Employees accepting alcoholic drinks, Rule 143 CCR, is a 15-day suspension. BMP Code 25609, substitution of brands. Every person who, in response to an inquiry or request for any brand, type, or character of alcoholic beverages, sells or offers for sale under an on-sale license a different brand, type, or character without first informing the purchaser of the difference is guilty of a misdemeanor. If you substitute brands, you'll have a 15-day suspension. BMP Code 25177, selling refilled spirits. Every person who sells, offers for sale, or keeps for sale distilled spirits in any package which has been refilled or partly refilled is guilty of a misdemeanor. That comes with a 15-day suspension. If you refill with a different brand, if you marry the same bottles together, two liquors of the same like, you'll receive a 5-day suspension. Penal Code 382, adulteration. You cannot adulterate any bottle of liquor, Alcoholic beverage, such as adding water to the contents of the bottle, I call that extending pour cost. Contaminating bottles, insects, etc. in the alcohol, 347B PC is a 5-day suspension. Couple questions people will ask. Although I cannot sell cannabis in my bar or restaurant licensed by ABC, can I offer it to consumers in other ways or allow consumers to bring their own cannabis onto the premises and consume it? The answer is no. Can I infuse or mix alcoholic beverages with cannabis, either as a manufacturer or retailer? Again, the answer is no. As you may be aware, California's Proposition 65 requires businesses that serve or sell alcoholic beverages to provide consumers with a warning concerning certain reported health risks associated with the consumption of alcoholic beverages. Check to be sure that your business is properly posted with a warning sign with the words described above. For all establishments, a 10-inch by 10-inch black and white notice must be displayed at each public entrance. For off-sale establishments, a red and white 5x5 sign must be displayed at each checkout counter. Minors and bars. The basics. The state of California has a 0% policy concerning minors, persons under the age of 21, to either possess, consume, or purchase alcoholic beverages, as well as allow a minor in a public bar with a green license. Fines for breaking the rules. There are a variety of different monetary fines for breaking the rules. These are the most common. Number 1. Bar owners wrongfully allowing minors in a public bar with a green license face a penalty of $1,000 and or 6 months in county jail. Number 2. The penalty for the minor wrongfully in the bar is a fine of not less than $200. Number 3. The penalty for selling alcohol to a minor is $250 and or 24 to 32 hours of community service. Number 4. Furnishing alcohol to a minor resulting in great bodily injury or death is a minimum of 6 months in jail and or a maximum $1,000 fine as well as civil liability. For the establishment, the penalties are: sales to minors, BMP 25658. Sales of alcoholic beverages to persons under 21, a 15-day suspension. Permitting persons under the age of 21 to consume, a 15-day suspension. Furnishing or causing to be furnished alcoholic beverages to a person under the age of 21, 15-day suspension. Second violation of Section 25658 within 36 months is a 25-day suspension. A third violation of Section 25658 within 36 months, revocation. Minors on public premises, BMP 25665, a 10-day suspension. Employment of minors, BMP 25663, 10-day suspension. Everyone knows that in California, you must be 21 in order to consume alcoholic beverages. However, can someone under the age of 21 sit at a bar? What about a bar area of a restaurant? The law generally doesn't allow individuals under the age of 21 in bars, but there are exceptions. Section 25665 of the California Alcoholic Beverage Control Statute states that minors are not allowed to enter or remain within a bar. Persons under 21 years of age may not enter and remain in any premises with a green-colored ABC license except on lawful business. This includes children or infants. Bars must post signs. Bars with the green-colored ABC license are required to post a sign visible from the exterior at each public entrance and another one inside stating that no one under the age of 21 is allowed inside. However, minors may enter and remain in any licensed premises which has a pink-colored ABC license. CCR Rule 107. Retailers required to post warning notice. The licensee of each premises licensed with an on-sale license for public premises shall maintain a clearly legible permanent sign not less than 7 inches by 11 inches in size reading, "No person under 21 allowed," at or near each public entrance thereto, in such a manner that such sign shall be visible from the exterior of each public entrance. The lettering of such sign shall be no less than 1 inch in height. A sign of like size and content shall be maintained at a prominent place in the interior of the premises. Minors, restaurant bar exceptions. A minor is allowed to enter and remain inside a restaurant that happens to have a bar attached to it, but not sit in the bar area. This means not only at the bar, but generally at the bar tables. BMP Code 25659 gives you the right to refuse service to minors. For the purpose of preventing the violation of Section 25658, any licensee or his or her agent or employee may refuse to sell or serve alcoholic beverages to any person who is unable to produce adequate written evidence that he or she is over the age of 21 years. A licensee or his or her agent or employee may seize any identification presented by a person that shows the person to be under the age of 21 years or that is false, so long as a receipt is given to that person from whom the identification is seized, and the seized identification is given within 24 hours of seizure to the local law enforcement agency that has jurisdiction over the licensed premises. A licensee, his or her agent or employee's decision to not seize a license shall not create any civil or criminal liability. As you know, if you make a mistake and serve a minor, it can cost you. However, if the minor produced an ID that appeared to be valid and the person presenting the ID appeared to be 21 years of age or older, you probably won't be held accountable in a court of law. In fact, the minor can be held responsible for their actions. For the person under age 21 who tries to purchase alcohol, up to a $100 fine and/or 24 to 32 hours of community service. Second offense, up to a $250 fine and/or 36 to 48 hours of community service, and a 1-year suspension or delay of the person's driver's license. For the person under age 21 who purchases alcohol, a $250 fine and/or 24 to 32 hours of community service. A second offense, up to a $500 fine and/or 36 to 48 hours of community service, and a 1-year suspension or delay of the purchaser's driver's license. For the person who furnishes alcohol or causes alcohol to be furnished to a person under the age 21, a $1,000 fine and at least 24 hours of community service, and a 1-year suspension or delay of the furnisher's driver's license if the furnisher is under age 21. If great bodily injury or death occurs, the penalty is 6 to 12 months county jail and/or a $1,000 fine. Minors generally cannot work in a bar. Minors can't work in any establishment whose main business is selling alcoholic beverages for use on the premises. BNPC 25663. As for minor musicians, if they are at least 18 years of age, they can perform in a bar. Here's an overview of BNP Code 25663.5. Minors musicians on sale premises only. Notwithstanding Section 25663 or any other provision of law, persons 18 to 21 years of age may be employed as musicians for entertainment purposes only during business hours on premises which are primarily designed and used for the sale and service of alcoholic beverages for consumption on the premises. However, the area of such employment shall be limited to a portion of the premises that is restricted to the use exclusively of musicians or entertainers in the performance of their functions, and no alcoholic beverages shall be sold, served, consumed, or taken into that area. What about persons who are minors that are employed in an establishment that serves and sells alcoholic beverages? No minor can be employed during business hours on the portion of any premises that is primarily designed and used for the sale and service of alcoholic beverages for consumption on the premises. In a bona fide public eating place, minors between ages 18 and 21 may serve alcoholic beverages in an area primarily designed and used for the sale and service of food for consumption on the premises as an incidental part of their overall duties. These minors cannot act as bartenders. Section 25663, Business and Professions Code. Examples. Restaurants. In a bona fide eating public place, persons aged 18 or older may serve alcohol in an area primarily designed and used for the sale and service of food for consumption on the premises as an incidental part of their overall duties. Bartenders and cocktail waitresses must be 21 years of age or older. Concession stands. A person who is at least age 18 but not yet 21 may serve alcohol as an incidental part of his or her duties at a fixed concession stand that sells food products, soft drinks, and alcohol. Pizza parlors. A person under age 21 may not serve alcohol while working behind a fixed counter where only soft drinks, alcohol, and other beverages are dispensed, and food items are served at another counter within the premises. Modules 4 and 5 have been about the state laws, but be aware that local jurisdictions may have additional laws, ordinances, or provisions that apply to an ABC licensed location in their area in addition to the statewide laws. This concludes Module 5. Let's do a little recap. In this module, you learn more about California laws, required signage, what can happen if you serve a minor, as well as the penalties for a minor who attempts to purchase or consume alcoholic beverages. You also learn what job functions a minor can perform. You may now take the Module 5 quiz.